Hello, everybody. My name is David Canepa, and I'm a mixed reality technical specialist at Microsoft. And today we're going to be talking about how to set up and how to get ready to use your HoloLens. Okay, so no worries if you've never used the HoloLens before. We are literally going to start from you've just received the HoloLens. It's in the box. What do we do from there? And that's little by little, we're going to be taking it up all the very specifics and in-depth things. So by the end, you're going to be super familiar with the technology, and you're going to be having a great time using mixed reality. But for now, we're going to literally start from getting the HoloLens out of the box. But before we do that, I would like to show you what is pretty much going to be becoming your best friend from now onwards. And that's the documentation. So this is here you're going to see, well, it's pretty much everything that you're going to need in order to fully understand how to set up your HoloLens, how to use it, how to be able to configure it properly. But don't worry, I know it could seem quite intimidating and that it's very extensive and a lot of resources. We will be breaking down each and one of these. For now, we're going to be starting at the overview, as we said, from the start. And just to give an example, here you could see it explains all of the hardware, what your HoloLens has. So here are all the tech specs. You can see what type of cameras it has, what type of sensors, where they're positioned. All the specs are here. Okay, I'm not really going to spend a lot of time in this. Please feel free to dive into this website, to this link if you would like to. I'm going to put the link to the docs in the video description, so you have no problem finding it. But yeah, here you can have a look if you're really interested into the specs. Okay, but for now, as we said, we're going to keep it simple and we're going to go from the box. Okay, so you've just received your HoloLens. It's in the box and we're really excited to start using it. So you open this and inside you're going to find the HoloLens carry case. Okay, please, if you're traveling somewhere, even if it's just to work, always transport your HoloLens in the carry case. Okay, you definitely want to keep it protected. You want to keep it safe. So don't forget to put it in the case. It's super useful. It's nice and ergonomic, okay, and slim, so you can take it with you. Once you open it and open up the zipper, here we have our HoloLens, which is super exciting. So we take it out, okay, and here you're going to see, obviously, that it has a lot of different things which we will go through. Okay, so here you're going to see your visor. Okay, and what it's really important to know about this is try not to touch it. As you can see, okay, here you have 5 different types of cameras. Okay, here in the front, in the middle, the center is your RGB and color cameras. Then you have let's see, sorry for the reflection, 2 on this side, another 2 on this side, which are your head tracking cameras. Again, don't worry, I'm not going to go into all those details, but it's important for you to know that you do not want to be touching in and around or these areas, because if you start leaving fingerprints, okay, it can affect what the HoloLens can see, and if it affects what it can see, it won't react properly to your environment, and that can affect with hologram stability, with recognizing where you want to work, etc., etc. More concepts that we will be covering later on, but just be aware that pretty much these are the eyes of your HoloLens, okay, and a lot goes through these, so it'll be the equivalent of if you're constantly touching your eyes. You don't want to do that. Okay, so try not to grab it or touch it by here. In the case comes a cloth, just like this one, okay, which you could use to clean around and everything. I will point to how to clean and maintain and your HoloLens later. Okay, so Then on the sides, you're going to see these buttons that are for your volume, okay, up and down. On the other side, you have similar, it's for your brightness, okay, of the display. And then on the back, this is our power button. And here is our also one form of tightening and fastening the dial to be able to put the HoloLens on your head comfortably. Then we have the head strap, which also is another way of being able to adjust depending on your head shape. So another important thing is when you want to touch or use your visor, grab it from the side, okay, and you can flip it up, and this is going to allow for you to be able to see, also keep on seeing your environment, making eye contact with somebody if you need to, or if you want to take a little bit of a break, you can do that. Again, just don't try to touch that part, grab it on the side. You can flip it up and down. You'll see a little bit how that looks in a minute. So once to turn it on, okay, so if you just received it probably you want to charge it, mine is already charged. So if I click on it, you will see that the LEDs will then here start, well, you probably heard it, and will start then lighting up. You might not pick it up right now on the camera and because of the lighting, but it will, you will see these indicators, which I will point into the links as well to what each of these LEDs represent. Okay, so to put it on, pretty much I would recommend flipping the visor up a little bit. Then you put it up. You can then remember the dial in the back. You turn it however, if you need to make it bigger or tighter. I have a very small head, so I tend to tighten it up. You don't want to have it too tight that it's uncomfortable, but you also don't want to be super loose, okay? If the dial then is not enough, or then you can play around with your head strap as well, okay, and you can lift this and make it a little bit shorter, make it a little bit bigger as well. What you want is that when you flip the visor down, okay, it feels comfortably, okay, pretty much I would say just above your nose a little bit, and you will know if it fits properly, because when you start using it, it will guide you through. You will see a square, and it will say that if you can see all four corners of that square, you have it properly placed. Okay, what you don't want to do is always trying to go look up to see the HoloLens, or constantly be looking down, or anything along those lines. So if that's the case, if you can't see the four corners of that square that you will see in the next step, then I recommend you play around with the head strap. Okay, feel free. There's no problem if you see here, start moving it, and if you'll see it'll start coming down a little bit more, or you can tighten it up. Okay, feel free to play with that, and that you are comfortable with your HoloLens. And you see, we flip it up. You see, and that's pretty much our first steps. The next video, I'm gonna show you how to navigate within, well, how to set it up, and the steps that you will be going through to get your HoloLens ready. I'll see you in the next one.